Good afternoon, this is Nick with Williams Sewer Line Inspectors performing a video inspection for 816 East Mountain Street in Glendale. Right now we're looking at the city sewer. This is located approximately center of the street, just out the side of the house. So that would be North Everett Street. Let's go ahead and pull back. So this is not owned by you. Here we have the very first section of the pipe that is owned by you. We have a few roots coming into the line here. They look bigger than they are. That's your connection to the city sewer. That's the very first section of pipe that this property takes responsibility for. There's a few roots coming in through that right now. I would recommend they be cleaned out in about 6 months' time. You have a good access to be able to clean them out with. I would recommend that whoever does the cleaning is very careful because you have a major upgrade to the system. And that ends right here. And that's a lining system. That's a fiberglass pipe that's in the system. That can get torn up by cleaning blades if someone doesn't know what they're doing when they're doing the cleaning. So whoever does this has to use a camera, position their cleaning blade exactly where they want it, and then just quickly clean those roots and be done with it. Otherwise, you're going to want to go with a hydrojet cleaning, which they use a camera for anyway, and they basically do the same thing, gives you the same product on this particular instance as that, except they're just more used to using a camera with their work because their equipment doesn't spin, so they can leave the camera in the line.
Okay.
They're a bit more expensive though, just so you know. But they're more used to it. You're going to find that easier.
Okay.
If you can't find a guy who uses a snake and a camera together, just get a hydrojetter.
Okay.
Okay, here we pull back. This is a lining system. This is basically a surfboard or cast material for the pipe. They put it in when it's still wet, and as it hardens chemically, it becomes a brand new pipe inside the old pipe. It's somewhat flexible, so it doesn't crack in earthquakes. It has an expected 20 to 60 years of life, depending on the pipe material. So after it starts to wear away, you still have the clay pipe on the outside of it. It didn't damage the pipe going in. So you're basically left with whatever they had before they upgraded it eventually, once this wears away. So it's actually a really good pipe upgrade.
And it looks like it's still got some useful life left.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's in very good condition.
How many years of life do you think it's got?
I can't tell you an exact number on that just because there's so many different brands and installers of these types of pipe material. I don't even know how thick that is. They can come from this thickness to that thickness.
Okay.
So what I would recommend is go ahead and get any paperwork you can for the installation. Sometimes they even carry a warranty, a 30, 40-year warranty for the work. So just see what kind of warranty they have on that. Keep that information. If you need to use it ever in the future, that's good for you.
Cool.
We're switching here to just very briefly this is a larger plastic pipe, and then just in a second here we're going to switch down in size to a slightly smaller plastic pipe. And this looks like this is looks like up here in the top of the pipe. It's very difficult to see, but it looks like there's a pipe fitting right there. So this is probably what's called a test T. That's a pipe fitting which allows the inspector to take a look at the line, make sure it's flowing properly before they sign off on it. Usually those are just buried in the front yard. Right now we're all the way at the sidewalk, almost at the sidewalk in the front grassy area there, in a straight line. And the pipe's about 5.5 feet deep there. Now this plastic material is even better than the lining material. A plastic pipe is expected to last for about 200 years.
What?
Yeah, that's based off of a study done on the material for the city of San Francisco. They dug up some of the pipe that was put in about 30 years earlier, and they looked at it, and they said it's probably got about 200 years on it. So that's a really good thing to have. Worst case scenario, they're wrong, and it's 150 years or something like that.
Probably something we won't deal with.
This, however, here where the sun can hit it, is probably going to go in about 15. Because the sun, the UV light in the sun actually just causes the oils to leach out of the plastic pipe. And you end up with that sort of a lawn chair left in the backyard effect where it just wears out in a few years. So what I would recommend is just throw like a canvas tarp over the top of this,
Okay.
and then that'll just make it so it doesn't get the sun, and that's the one thing that's wearing it out.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
That's easy.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
But we have an extremely long section of plastic pipe here, so that's a really good thing.
Cool.
Next thing is coming back towards the house. We're going to see a clean out. You need to come out? No, you can come out. Yep, good to go.
I know, I saw a light back there. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is. Cool.
You ever seen that movie Time Machine?
No.
Where the guys, the Morlocks, came out from the caves. All right, here we go. So we're still, I think, underneath the front planter area here, the side planter with all the wood chips and everything tuned. Here we go. There's the clean out, just in the top of the pipe there. That's that clean out right there.
Oh, okay.
So what we've seen so far is the pipe between the center of the street and there.
Mhm.
Now we're going to pull underneath the house. These next few feet of pipe are pretty critical.
Okay.
They indicate whether or not they replaced out the old cast iron that's underneath the foundation.
Okay.
And that's a difficult job to do. And it looks like they've done that.
Wow, cool.
So that's really good. But then for some reason, unknown to anybody, they left this cast iron here.
Okay.
That's probably 90 years old or so at this time.
Wow.
So, it's an older cast iron pipe. I actually could be off on the age of it, but as we pull back through it, we're seeing that it is holding a little bit of water in it, just as a sort of a standard
Yeah.
fare, and what that does is it causes it to channel out on the bottom of the pipe there.
Oh.
So I couldn't really warranty any of this cast iron pipe. It's probably a good idea to go ahead and replace it.
How many feet of that do you think there is?
Well, I can
5, 6?
look at it here. We've got 19 feet 3 inches on the counter,
Okay.
and then pulling back. It comes back to about 6 feet. So, yeah, we've got about 13 feet of that there that we're seeing on the camera. This camera's just going between here and there by the shortest route, so there might be some other small lines going in there.
Okay.
Gerald will talk to you more about that. It looks like everything's pretty visible underneath this house.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Makes things a little easier.
This is the clean out, just so you know. This is actually a video of this house. There's the direction that the pipe goes. Okay, please see my written report for all the final findings and recommendations.
Okay.
Again, this is Nick with Williams Sewer Line Inspectors. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thanks, Nick.
Good to cast iron.
Yeah.